look at the other sections of the section 21, spraying of, dancing or marching on the naira or any notes issued by the bank during social occasions or otherwise, howsoever shall constitute an abuse and defacing of the naira and shall be punishable under the section that I've read before, and other things that were listed here. So the point I'm trying to make is that if Tompolo is convicted of this crime, the outcome is he will be penalized with a small amount. So what has the EFCC achieved? What has the government gained from that? Instead, what the EFCC should do, and which I think they've been doing, is that if somebody sprays money, if somebody shows a display of wealth, right? Spraying money and all that, it's not the spraying of the money you focus on. If you listen to the interview by the EFCC chairman to TVC News, he said that people who are spraying money and all that, they are likely involved in illegal activities. Okay. They are likely involved in illegal activities. So, when somebody sprays money, it's a sign that, okay, this person may be involved in illegal activity. Then you, the EFCC or the investigative agencies, will now go and investigate the person and find other offenses that the person has committed and charge the person on those offenses. The spraying of the money should serve as a stimulus for you to carry out investigation to find out other high crimes and high financial offenses, money laundering and international crimes and whatever that the person may be involved in. Then you now charge the person for those things. Not that you'll be focused on the spraying of the money. And we've seen it before. We've seen it. Some people who got money illegally were seen with large sum of money in occasions and all that. And at the end of the day, EFCC, ICPC and others investigated and found that these persons were involved in crime. What was the stimulus? What was the impetus for them to investigate the person? Was because the person was living a lavish lifestyle, was showing off and was displaying huge sum of money that cannot be explained by the income he received and by the work the person does. So the EFCC should use the spraying, when somebody is spraying money, should serve as an impetus for them to do further investigation on that person and now charge the person for those other crimes, not for the spraying of money, because the spraying of money ends up with a very little yield. Very little will come out of it. And as I've said, they've done it in the past and it can be done. You understand? So why would the EFCC waste resources on something that would have little yield? Why? The EFCC, is a reputable body formed under President Olusegun Obasanjo after pressure from international crime agencies that Nigeria was not cooperating with international money laundering laws and all that. They are not having an agency which they can collaborate, Interpol and other FBI. They don't have an agency in Nigeria which they can collaborate to fight financial crime. And the EFCC was created, and Nuhu Ribadu was the first chairman and all that. And they had a stellar reputation. And it was that reputation, based on the reputation that they built, it helped in Nigeria getting loan forgiveness from the Paris Club. The efforts of the EFCC, along with other reforms that was made by the Obasanjo government, led to international bodies forgiving Nigeria its debts. What am I trying to say? The EFCC is a vital agency. It's a key agency that has raised the reputation, that has raised the standards, that has put Nigeria on the world stage. They won a lot of awards. And they did that by focusing on high crimes, high financial crimes. The same Tompolo they are talking about has had EFCC case before. It wasn't about spraying money. It was something more substantial that they investigated. You understand? It was something more substantial than spraying of money. So why would they be just interested in this? My initial feeling is this. These investigative agencies like the police, the EFCC, they have social media accounts. The social media account, they are being handled by either the spokesperson or the ICT unit of that agency. There should be somebody, a staff who has the passwords to the handle, to the account, and maybe through that person, if they want to post something, they relay information. Sometimes the people who are handling these social media accounts, they are usually people who put these agencies in trouble. Because if you look, sometimes some of these things that they post in some of these accounts are not coming from the very top. It's just an overzealous person in the agency. Sometimes when you see some posts being made on police accounts, police handles, and all that, so you start wondering. You understand? Those accounts are supposed to reflect the highest opinion, the opinion of the highest person in that agency. It's not supposed to it's not everything. Okay, there was a video of Tompolo and they are tagging you and you are responding. Is that how it's supposed to be? It's not supposed to be like that. The social media handle of this is supposed to be like a spokesperson account. It's supposed to be spokesperson, PRO. And these days, we see a lot of PROs that are on social media, PROs of police, PRO of this, and some of them have their own personal account and they use their personal account to be insulting people. I say it's my personal account. No! If you're a spokesperson, you're a spokesperson. You are representing that body. Anything you do, even in your own privacy, can reflect badly on that agency or that organization. So likely, even the EFCC account, the social media account, is likely being handled by someone. Right? There is need for these agencies to call those people who are handling their social media accounts. You don't just respond to anything. If something comes up, there should be a team. There should be a team of the public relation office. There should be a way of, trying to sit and talk with the top persons in that agency and get an opinion. It's not everything you just respond to. Sometimes in the past, we've seen agencies account, they post something and say the account, they say the account was hacked. No, the account wasn't hacked. Somebody posted something. Maybe the person wants to be mischievous and even change the account, the password, and post something, and people are like, who posted this thing? And they're looking for the person. So the point I'm trying to make is this. Even if it's social media accounts, it reflects on the agency or body. So it's important that these agencies of government call those who are handling their accounts to order. You understand? Sometimes when you criticize them, those accounts will block you. It's not the agency that is blocking you. It's that person who is handling the account, who felt offended by what you write. That's the person that will block you. And not the body. Because sometimes the overall person is not even aware of some of all those things because they are busy with other activities. You understand? So the organization should be responsive. Don't respond to everything. If somebody is trying to drag you into something, don't. Because at the end of the day, you've dragged yourself into this Tompolo case. What is going to be the outcome of it? To me, it's just going to be a waste. Much ado about nothing. And which I think is unfortunate. There are a lot of more serious things that the agencies are concerned about and should be concerned about. And those things will give better yield. And it will raise the reputation of that agency and also reflect on the country.